EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. That's into the hands of Reynolds. Finding room at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Working out of the gun is Nix. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. The Broncos did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Nix to the air. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's Nix. Screen play set up for Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Nick's going to tap this forward. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
70 range, 70 range. Mustang 19. Hut, hut.
Nix to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And
anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
But that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll try the left side. Bruce. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. When you look at this Bronco defense, against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Let's go.
They'll go play action with Nix. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Nix. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And this drive will start in enemy territory as that gets out of bounds on this side of the 50.
On red. 11.
They'll run on first down. Bruce. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bruce. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and got the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's a quick throw right side. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Franklin. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Nix looking to throw again. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. He's into space past the 25. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Here's a diving catch right side. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. To throw, here's Nix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Broncos! Michael Pittman, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind.
To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Hey, I'm gun.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got Thomas yet again complete. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember. And it's intercepted. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
11.
Here's Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Thomas has got it, complete. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
24. Sink right.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught by Durham. He'll get it inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Go! Go!
Throwing Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Broncos have yet again retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. So problems there on the return, very costly, not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
That is incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
19 tight. 19 tight. Here we go. Here we go. Check go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Looking to throw. Nix. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Rip, 23. Go, go, let's go. Here we go.
Now Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 15. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And shoves him off at the 20. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. But with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. This ball complete to Durham. And he's got this down to the 35. Now Lawrence changing the play. On first down, Durham. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 2. Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Lawrence. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, listen, we know that kickers are not infallible. Every one of us knows that, but still, down by 3 in the 3rd quarter, this is definitely a makeable distance. But he doesn't hit it quite right, and it remains a 3-point game.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. They try the left side here with Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Here's Nix. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. First catch here by McLaurin, and he's got himself a first down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip. And
he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know, for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then tonight and see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. He's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. And Thomas has it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Lawrence going to throw again. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now Williams running left. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance.
Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. To throw is Nix. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet, but at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
They begin the drive with Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
70 Lion, trap 60. Bronco 80.
Now it's Nix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They read zone coverage there and thought there was some space to send their guy right into the middle on a slant, hoping he would get lost. Instead, they read it quite well and closed quickly.
From the gun on third down, it's Nix. Flush to his right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. From the shotgun, Lawrence throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Lawrence will throw. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Again, it's Lawrence. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Drew Sanders. How did he stay on his feet? And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Nix to the air. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. This is 1st and 10. Lawrence. And that's complete to Davis.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Here's Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one will wind up.